Hello YouTube, this is an unboxing video of a new item that I just received in the mail, and I think I know what it is, but let's go ahead and open up the package. Hopefully it's my new knife that I just ordered, but let's find out. It's a mystery. Alright, what we got here? I think it is my new knife. Yes, it is. Alright. So, I'm a big fan, or I was a big fan of Blind Horse knives. And for a long time, I was looking to purchase their bushcraft knife. And as you may or may not know, Blind Horse knives, the two owners decided to part ways, and two new companies were formed. One of the partners, Wright, started his custom knife making company, and then of course the other side of ownership for Blind Horse knives started Battle Horse knives, and I ended up buying the bushcraft knife, which was originally a Blind Horse knives creation, from Battle Horse knives, as they were still selling them. And I purchased the bushcraft knife, and it was a great knife, and I never actually used the knife, but from all the reviews that I read about it, it was a great knife, and I received it. It was such a beautiful knife, but I decided to sell it, and one of the reasons I decided to sell it was because I really liked the new Wright Genesis knife, which had come out maybe a month after I purchased the bushcraft knife. And I've had my eyes on the Genesis knife for quite some time. Unfortunately, there was such a high demand for that knife that it quickly sold out, and there was a back order for it. So I was browsing on eBay, and luckily I came across one of the Wright Genesis knives, and brand new, from another person that had purchased it, and I don't know why they were selling it, but they were selling it at as a new item, and it was actually a few dollars cheaper than Wright's website price. So I went ahead and bid on it, and fortunately no one else bid on the knife. And I don't know if that was because it's a relatively new knife and nobody really knew about it, but I got a great deal on the knife. So I haven't looked at it yet, so hopefully it is in new condition. So here's the packaging. You see Wright handcrafted knives. Again, his logo, made in the USA. And Wright, him and his crew do seem like they know what they're doing. Obviously, they were making a lot of knives for when the company was Blind Horse Knives, and he's redesigning a lot of his redesigning his knife so that it's a unique, a different product than what you would normally get when the company was Blind Horse Knives. So let's go ahead and open up the package. Okay, so first thing I see is the sheath. Let's take a look at that. You can see there's a little compass design in the leather. Stitching looks professionally done. It has the fire steel loop here, belt loop, and okay, so this is a dangler, which is good. And the other nice thing about it, from what I can see here, is that it is removable. There's a screw here, so that's good. If you decide not to have this dangler on here, you can take it off, from what I can tell. So yeah, that's the sheath, and it's fairly lightweight. It looks like it would be heavy, but it's fairly lightweight. Let's see here. This looks like the knife. You want to be careful with this because, okay, the blade looks like it's covered, but yeah, this blade is supposed to be probably is razor sharp, and we'll test that as well. Alright, so here's the knife, Genesis knife. Again, this logo, or his sticker with the company name on it. As you can see, you know, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, YouTube, he's using social media to promote his products, which is smart. Now, the nice thing about this handle, it's a micarta handle. There's two different, you know, model Genesis that brand or Genesis knives that he sells. One is I believe black micarta with red liners in it, and it comes with a heavy-duty Kydex sheath that has a built-in knife sharpener, a ceramic knife sharpener in it, and you know, I like that model. But the difference in price, it's like $100 more than this knife. I think this knife retails for $175. I believe the other model with the Kydex sheath runs about $275. So for about $100 more, you're going to get a nice nylon sheath with the sharpener. But you know, for $175, it's already a pretty high price. I think that it kind of pays to get this model. It's essentially the same knife. One just maybe looks a little prettier. And granted, you know, some people prefer a Kydex sheath, but you know, leather sheath should hold up for many years. And it's more traditional, you know, and kind of you're in the bushcraft, you know, bushcrafting out in the woods. You know, I guess it doesn't matter what kind of sheath you have, but you know, the leather is nice. I think it's like handcrafted. Not that Kydex sheaths are not handcrafted, but you know, leather is kind of like, you know, old school. And I think old timers, you know, old time bushcrafters probably would prefer leather. You know, I like Kydex sheaths too, so I have an SE knife with a Kydex sheath, and I just purchased a Kydex sheath for my Mora. So anyway, getting back to this review, let's go ahead and remove this. Take a look at the blade geometry. This is a Scandi grind. I believe it's A2 steel. I might be incorrect about that, but I believe that's the type of steel that this is. So I believe it's a carbon steel that is, it's not O2 carbon steel. So I think there's less carbon in this type of steel, I believe. And I think I mentioned already, it's a Scandi grind. And from the other reviews, that they claim that the mirror finish on here, it's a high polished mirror finish, and I don't see that with this knife. The grind, the Scandi grind, and the blade, it's pretty much the same. I don't see a highly reflective mirror finish on the grind. Not saying that it isn't sharp. We'll find out. So I'll grab a piece of paper here and we'll see how sharp it is out of the box. Granted, I did purchase this off of somebody on eBay. I don't know if they tried to use this knife. I can't say for sure, but I don't see any marks on the blade. When I purchased the knife, there was like some black, looked like black residue on the blade. So let's see. Yeah, that's nothing. I was a little bit worried about that when I purchased it, because in the pictures, I don't know if you can see, but there's little black marks. I wasn't sure if that was just dust or debris or whatever on the blade, and it is. It's not. It's nothing. That's good. Good sign. Okay, so let's test out how sharp this knife is. Just a paper test here, simple paper test. Alright, so out of the box, it is sharp, razor sharp. That's good. The knife, the weight of the knife, I don't have the exact specs on the weight of the knife. Let me go ahead and grab a scale and see how much it weighs. We're looking at 7.76 ounces, and let's go with the sheath. With the sheath, we're looking at this way. 11.93. It's moving. 11.75 ounces. So a little under 12 ounces with the sheath. So it's not, a super lightweight knife, but it's not, that heavy. Compared to the bushcraft knife, I don't have the exact specs on the bushcraft knife, but I believe the blind horse or battle horse bushcraft knife was probably a little bit heavier. And I believe the blade is a 1/8 inch blade, so it is a thinner blade than the bushcraft knife. Another nice thing about the handle, it is a broomstick handle. So like the bushcraft knife, you have this rounded end of the handle. You have your lanyard hole, and then I don't know if you can see here, but one of the nice, interesting things about the blade is that it's scalloped right here. So for getting in, doing different, your range of position, at least your fingers can fit in here nice and it's very ergonomic, at least for your fingers. And other people said how great it feels in the hand. My initial impression is that it feels comfortable in the hand, and it's hard to tell if there will be any hot spots in here when you're using the knife, but I have to field test it to see how that performs. And then you can see here also, it'll say LT Wright etched into the blade. So yeah, this is the LT Wright Genesis knife. Looks to be a nice custom knife from a new company. I might decide not to keep this knife, to go ahead and put it up for sale. So I'm gonna decide on I'm gonna maybe test out my more bushcraft black, see how that works out, and this one might go up for sale. I'm not sure. I'll have to play with it a little bit and just decide if I want to keep it. And it fits in the sheath nice and snug. Yeah, that's not coming out. At least not. There's not going to be an accidental drop with this in the sheath. It's in there tight. It requires some effort to pull it out. Alright, so there you go. Sorry if I missed anything. Tried to be thorough, but thank you very much and have a great day.